Multiple TPD2s. Probably going to need multiple here today.
10-4, we're in contact with Henry back now. We're trying to get 2 birds out to you.
The scanner traffic that you just heard comes from a fatal wreck that killed 3 people in Moulton. It's where we start tonight on Fox 54 News at 9. I'm Valentina Chalala. The accident occurred at Highway 157 and Highway 24 around 11:30 a.m. The Lawrence County coroner tells us that 2 children died at the scene, while 33-year-old Ashley Haygood died on the way to the hospital. 2 more children were flown to Children's of Alabama, and the driver of the other vehicle was injured and taken to Huntsville Hospital. The cause of the crash is not known at this time. 2 men are behind bars tonight after police say gunfire struck homes and a vehicle in Decatur yesterday afternoon. According to the Decatur Police Department, officers were called to the 100 block of 5th Avenue shortly after 5:30 for a report of shots fired. When officers arrived, they discovered 2 occupied homes and an unoccupied vehicle had been hit by gunfire. During a preliminary investigation, 2 suspects were identified. Charles Perry II and Tyler Gray were taken into custody shortly after during a traffic stop. Gray and Perry each face 2 counts of discharging a firearm into an occupied building and 1 count of discharging a firearm into an unoccupied vehicle. Both men have been booked into the Morgan County Jail, each being held on a bond of $600,000. A disturbing discovery in Tuscumbia Friday night after a dog brought home what may be a human foot. According to our news partner Shoals Insider, the skeletal remains were found near a home in the 400 block of Locust Lane after the dog returned to its owner with the object. Tuscumbia Police Chief Tony Logan says the remains are now being analyzed to determine whether they are human or animal. He says the foot will be sent to the Alabama Department of Forensic Sciences in Huntsville for further examination and DNA testing. Logan confirmed no additional remains have been located. The case remains under active investigation. Here's a look from the Rocket City as people got the chance to enjoy the spring air and get out and about. Let's bring in Fox 54 Weather Impact meteorologist Emily Owen. Emily, please say we can expect to see the same sunshine over the next few days.
Yeah, we are going to be seeing plenty of sunshine, dry conditions. In fact, we don't have rain in the 7-day forecast until we get to the very ending of it. So not until the later half of next week. Rain, though, often portions of Texas way off to our west. So like I said, we're dry here across the Tennessee Valley. We'll stay that way until the later half of next week. Temperatures right now in the mid-60s in some areas, some locations in the low 60s, but it looks like mid-60s seems to be the favorite temperature. Mid-60s in Athens, also seeing mid-60s here in Huntsville, Russellville, mid-60s, Fort Payne, currently sitting at 63 degrees. Now we do have a fire weather watch that's in effect for the Tennessee Valley. This is going to begin right around 11 a.m. tomorrow, lasts until about 7 o'clock in the evening, and that's because we do have those really, really dry conditions. Our humidity levels are going to be basically non-existent, and with potential wind gusts reaching the 20s, that's what we'll have to watch for. So coming up later on in the show, I'll tell you when you can expect to see rain heading into next week, and I'll tell you just how warm we're expected to get heading into the next couple of days. Valentina?
The crew of Artemis 2 is back on Earth following their 10-day mission around the moon as the Orion spacecraft returned to Earth last night. Here you can see footage as the craft descended into the Pacific Ocean just off the coast of California. For the father of pilot Victor Glover, it was an amazing experience getting to watch the event with others in his community.
As you heard the applause when they splashed down, the whole restaurant went crazy, so it wasn't just us. And when people saw us, we had our shirts on with my son's picture on it, and so many people came up and shook our hands, said, "Congratulations, can we take a photograph with you?" It was very, very, very exciting, and I don't think that word even does it justice.
The Artemis 2 astronauts received a rousing welcome in Houston today after a successful splashdown in the Pacific Ocean. Many of NASA's team members, including Administrator Jared Isaacman, were on hand to hear the astronauts' remarks. Commander Reed Wiseman told the crowd the Artemis crew will be bonded forever.
We are bonded forever, and no one down here is ever going to know what the 4 of us just went through. and it was the most special thing that will ever happen in my life. And our families are over here, and with the exception of Dot, Susie, and Jeannie, who are in the audience, but I don't know where they are. But Dot, I'm gonna hit McDonald's later today in honor of your husband. No one knows what the families went through, man. This was not easy. Being 200,000 plus miles away from home, like before you launch, it feels like it's the greatest dream on earth. And when you're out there, you just want to get back to your families and your friends. It's a special thing to be a human, and it's a special thing to be on planet Earth.
And as the Artemis II crew was underway with their mission last week, the White House released a proposed budget for next year that could see significant cuts to NASA, including here in the Rocket City. Much of the funding cuts could impact programs right here at Marshall Space Flight Center, something FOX54 had the chance to speak with Representative Dale Strong about. Strong says he views this as just the start of budget meetings and that Congress will back the agency.
I've seen more than once in my 3 years in Congress, this is the starting point. Congress has the constitutional authority to do these budgets, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We've got a proven commodity here with SLS. We know that it's a proven rocket. We know what it can do. You look at Orion, we have another proven commodity there. So this process is just beginning, and I can promise you we're going to advocate for those dollars to continue to fund this just as we've done in years past.
Strong adds he hopes to help ensure Marshall Space Flight Center is one of the leaders in spaceflight for generations to come. A new set of wheels in Lauderdale County is set to save lives and heal souls. Florence Lauderdale Animal Services celebrated the arrival of their new Friends of FLAS rescue van this morning with a ribbon-cutting ceremony. The new vehicle was made possible through a partnership with the City of Florence, the Lauderdale County Commission, and Vital Care Pharmacy. Shelter officials say the van is crucial for transporting animals to vet appointments and handling long-haul rescue trips.
It's going to be life-saving, but also it's going to be soul-saving for the staff because, you know, this kind of work is not without the emotional toll that it takes on the people. And we help people by helping the animals and then the staff that, you know, love them so much that put everything they have into coming to work in a demanding, hard job.
The van arrives at a critical time for the shelter, which recently took in nearly 200 animals from a single case. If you're looking to add a furry friend to your family, the shelter is offering a special promotion of $26 off adoption fees for 2026. A North Alabama veteran is proving that even life-changing setbacks can't ground your dreams. After losing his leg in Iraq, one man is now building his own airplane with a mission to inspire others to keep pushing forward. I was there earlier today to see how this airplane is getting ready to fly. Brandon Vilt spent 2 decades in Army aviation, working on helicopters before transitioning to unmanned aerial systems. But during his first deployment to Iraq in 2007 with the 25th Infantry Division, he lost his leg in a devastating accident.
Basically, a vehicle ran my checkpoint. They didn't stop when they were supposed to, and it hit a Jersey barrier, like a big cement barrier. Fell on top of my leg and it pretty much amputated it instantly.
After years of recovery, relearning how to walk, and adjusting to a new normal, Vilt returned to service and completed a full military career, retiring as a master sergeant. But his passion for aviation never left. There was just one problem. Traditional aircrafts require the use of both legs.
One of the reasons I decided to build my own airplane, the Zenith 750 Super Duty, I can't do toe heel brakes because I can't flex my left foot, so I'm going to put a handbrake on it.
So he got to work, building his own plane from the ground up inside a hangar in Hazel Green. He started last July and has set a powerful deadline, April 22nd, 2027, exactly 20 years since the day that changed his life.
I'm just hoping to inspire others by showing them that one, a disability, whatever it may be, it doesn't have to stop you. And it doesn't even have to be losing your leg. It just could be anything, you know. You just can never give up and keep pushing forward.
But building an airplane doesn't come cheap. Vilt is funding the project piece by piece, selling merchandise like t-shirts and stickers to help keep his dream in motion. For Vilt, true freedom begins the moment he takes flight.
A mile of road will take you a mile of runway will take you anywhere.
And now he's turning his story into a purpose, to show others that no obstacle is too big to overcome.
This is my new mission, to inspire others and get people involved in aviation, and kids or even adults, even people that think like, well, it's I'm old now and I'm too late. Well, it's never too late.
And if you'd like to follow his journey, Vilt is documenting the entire process on Facebook and YouTube under One-Legged Aviation as he works toward his first flight in 2027.
If the Iranians are willing to negotiate in good faith, we're certainly willing to extend the open hand.
U.S. and Iranian officials sit down for high-stakes talks in Pakistan. We have the details coming up. Up next, a new factory opening in North Alabama is being called a game changer for local jobs. And leaders say it could help rebuild entire communities left behind for decades. Later tonight, a new exhibit in North Alabama celebrates a 50-year music legacy that helped shape the industry. We tell you how a local program changed the sound of music.
You don't know when an accident's coming, but you can know who to call for help.
The Lackey Law Firm.
You're not ringing some call center somewhere.
You're calling our office.
Where you're never just a number, you're part of our family.
The Lackey Law Firm.
I'm Barry Moore, and I'm the garbage man you sent to D.C. to take out the trash. President Trump gave me his complete and total endorsement because he knows I'll help clean up the swamp. Illegals voting? Garbage. Boys and girls sports? Garbage. Woke Democrat policies? Garbage. Washington's a mess, but I'm ready to help President Trump keep taking out the trash. I'm Barry Moore, Trump Republican for U.S. Senate, and I approve this message. We may need a bigger truck.
Aqua Living's huge spring sale. Massive discounts. Hot tubs and swim spas priced 40 to 50% off MSRP. Hot tubs as low as $22.99. Take a dip year-round in a swim spa with payments from $224 a month. Plug-in power spas with high performance and no special wiring. All with factory warranty, 60 months, no interest financing with zero money down. Bad credit, no problem. With 100% in-house financing, everyone's approved. Aqua Living's huge spring sale. Go to shophottubs.com.
What have we got?
The Andersons. All night tossing and turning, bad backs, sleep score at an all-time low.
Round up the team.
At Denver Mattress, going undercover is literally how we solve problems.
And we find sleepers waking up with aches and pains, we turn to the Tempur-Pedic Adapt, designed for ultimate pressure relief that uniquely adapts to your body's pressure points.
And right now, get a $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic, or check out the Consumer Reports recommended Doctor's Choice Plush. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
I wish to present the importance of hard work and determination, of not backing down when things are tough, of being there to help a friend. Because it is only when we work together that we achieve true greatness.
With a 100% U.S.-based workforce and a 100% U.S.-built fiber broadband network, Spectrum is America's connectivity company.
Ever been in a big box store?
Bigger doesn't mean better.
The Lackey Law Firm's not the biggest, and we don't want to be.
Big enough to get the job done, small enough to treat you like family.
The Lackey Law Firm. 1-800-4RIGHTS.
Talks between the U.S. and Iran were underway in Pakistan. The first round of talks ended Saturday. No agreement on a peace deal, yet more discussions are expected, some possibly into Sunday, according to a Pakistani source. Jen Sullivan has details on this high-stakes meeting that ended shortly ago.
U.S. and Iranian officials meeting in Pakistan Saturday. The U.S. sending a delegation led by Vice President J.D. Vance, along with Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and the president's son-in-law Jared Kushner, to sit down with Iranian leaders to discuss a path to peace. Vance saying this before heading to Pakistan.
If the Iranians are willing to negotiate in good faith, we're certainly willing to extend the open hand.
Saturday's meetings come days after the U.S. and Iran struck a 2-week ceasefire deal. Yet Israel has continued its strikes in Lebanon, despite Iran insisting on a broader ceasefire.
J.D. Vance could do something like say, we've gotten Israel to say that they'll stop the attacks in 24 hours on Lebanon, but you all have to get Hezbollah to stop rocketing northern Israel.
The high-stakes talks come after President Donald Trump warned U.S. strikes on Iran would intensify if a permanent deal can't be reached. Ahead of the peace talks, Trump was asked what he wanted to see come out of the deal.
No nuclear weapon.
The war began February 28th when U.S. and Israeli forces launched multiple airstrikes targeting many of Iran's senior leaders, their nuclear facilities, and weapons in an attempt to force a regime change. In the days since the ceasefire began, more than 24 ships have been able to pass through the Strait of Hormuz, but some others are still waiting. Reopening the key waterway was central to the negotiations. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
However, for President Donald Trump, he says it does not matter if the United States reaches a deal with Iran during negotiations in Pakistan. The president made his remarks while leaving the White House for Florida this afternoon.
We're in very deep negotiations with Iran. We win regardless. We've defeated them militarily. They've dropped a couple of water mines. They probably have a couple of mines in the water. We have minesweepers out there. We're sweeping the strait. In addition to that, we're negotiating. Whether we make a deal or not makes no difference to me.
We've got some very warm temperatures heading our way next week. Coming up right after the break, I'll tell you just how warm it's going to be getting. Stay with us.
I'm Jordan Dressman, Chief Meteorologist at FOX54. I don't just deliver accurate forecasts for our community, I belong to it. What happens here affects us all, and that's why we care so deeply about getting it right. And when local journalism is done right, it doesn't sit still, it moves. And at FOX54, we're here for all of it. These are the stories that move the Tennessee Valley.
This is Jack's Country, where fresh biscuits are tradition. Wake up with 2 made-from-scratch biscuits filled with egg, cheese, and bacon or sausage, just like Nana's, if Nana made the official biscuit of the South, which she doesn't. We're Jack's. We're all about the South.
Injuries don't wait for Monday, and neither should you. At Wedemark Keith, we are here to take your call 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. We're here to answer your questions and give you peace of mind whenever you need us. Call us today, because justice, it shouldn't have to wait. It's more to us. It's personal.
Even if your child has moderate to severe eczema, they can feel the flow, feel the breeze. And Dupixent helps them feel the heal. It helps calm a key source of inflammation under the skin that can cause eczema. Dupixent is the only biologic therapy approved to treat kids as young as 6 months for noticeably clearer skin and less itch. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain or vision changes, skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Dupixent. Help heal their skin from within so they can stay ahead of eczema. Find an eczema specialist and ask about Dupixent today.
Password 1234.
Incorrect password.
Technology, am I right?
We need a new tech lead.
This is a job for sponsored jobs.
Sponsor your job on Indeed and get matched with quality candidates when you need them most. Visit Indeed.com/hire now.
This is Jack's Country, where good food travels fast.
We are so back.
That's right. Classic wings are back. Get 8 wings with your choice of 3 sauces, served with fries and ranch for just $8.99. We're Jack's, and we're all about the South.
Okay, Jax.
Watch Fox 54 News at 9 and stream on Fox 54 Plus.
Well, it was a wonderful afternoon all across the Tennessee Valley, really, I would say all across the state of Alabama. We saw plenty of sunshine, warm temperatures, and it looks like we're going to be staying that way for the rest of this Saturday. In fact, it looks like we'll stay that way through the rest of this weekend and even into the earlier half of next week. We're still seeing temperatures in the mid and upper 60s in some locations, low 60s, like in Coleman, 62 degrees right now, mid 60s here in Huntsville. Russellville also seeing the mid 60s. Fort Payne currently sitting right at 63 degrees. So looking outside, we're pretty quiet out there. Like I said, mid 60s, humidity levels, so those are going to start to drop heading into tomorrow. We're expected to see some really dry air. Our dew point value is going to drop as well. So because of the very dry air, we'll have to watch for potential fire hazards, but I'll get into that in just a moment. I want to talk about the low temperatures for the overnight tonight, mid and upper 60s, and we'll continue to sit under a mostly clear sky. Now heading into tomorrow, we'll start the day off in the upper 50s, gradually warming into the low 80s by about lunchtime, so we'll be warming pretty quickly. Plenty of sunshine. That's how we'll stay for pretty much all of your Sunday. Mid 80s, it's looking like where high temperature is going to be headed for the afternoon tomorrow. Now, I mentioned we'll have to watch for fire weather potentially heading into tomorrow. It looks like they actually just updated this. So it looks like we'll be seeing red flag warning now heading into tomorrow due to the fact that we will have that very dry air. Once I get done with weather, I'm going to make sure that the time is right on this as well, just because this literally just updated. But just know we are under red flag warning for tomorrow. And that's because we will have that dry air and the potential for gusty winds up to around 20 to 25 miles per hour. So burns will happen relatively quickly at just a small thing like a spark. So high temperatures this week, we're actually warming. Notice by middle of next week, we'll be reaching the upper 80s and we'll stay pretty warm heading into next weekend. So notice Friday, some of us could be pushing 90 degrees. And looking beyond the 7-day forecast, it looks like those warm temperatures not going anywhere anytime soon. In fact, the Climate Prediction Center does have the Tennessee Valley in a high chance to see above normal temperatures. So if you're wondering what the records are looking like heading into the warmest days next week, 87 for Wednesday, we could get really close to the record. Thursday, though, it's not looking like it's going to be an issue. And then, of course, Friday, we'll have to watch for Friday as well. We could potentially get really close to that, too. No rain in the forecast until we get to about Thursday of next week. They're really small chances, so most of us are going to be staying dry through this entire 7-day stretch. We'll keep small chances for rain in the forecast Friday and into this time next week. So your 7-day forecast, mid 80s for tomorrow, mostly sunshine. That turns to mostly cloudy sky heading into Monday. And we'll be seeing those warm temperatures through the rest of next week. A little bit of rain in the forecast that will end next week. But like I said, it's very small chances. We'll have more news for you right after the break.
If you have to ask why it's important to start your day early, here's your answer.
Set your alarm for 2 of your breakfast favorites, like sausage gravy biscuit for just $5.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm Wes Allen, and I'm proud of my conservative record, even if it makes liberals mad. I upset the left when I passed the bill to ban sex change procedures on Alabama's children. They got really mad when I banned curbside voting and helped put their absentee ballot harvesting buddies in jail. They lost their minds when I removed non-citizens from Alabama voter rolls, because only Americans should vote in our elections. I'm Wes Allen, and I'm the last person liberals want as your lieutenant governor, because I'll never stop fighting for Alabama values.
What have we got?
The Andersons. All night, tossing and turning, bad backs, sleep score at an all-time low.
Round up the team.
At Denver Mattress, going undercover is literally how we solve problems.
And when we find sleepers waking up with aches and pains, we turn to the Tempur-Pedic Adapt, designed for ultimate pressure relief that uniquely adapts to your body's pressure points.
And right now, get a $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic. Or check out the Consumer Reports recommended Doctor's Choice Plush. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
Ever been in a big box store? You just need a bolt or a washer.
But the place is huge.
Then you try a neighborhood store. You get help and they get to know you. Bigger doesn't mean better.
At the Lackey Law Firm, we're not the biggest.
And we don't want to be. We're big enough to get the job done, but small enough to welcome you as part of our family.
The Lackey Law Firm. The Lackey Law Family. 1-800-4RIGHTS.
And if you can't come to us, we'll come to you.
Aqua Living's huge spring sale. Massive discounts. Hot tubs and swim spas priced 40 to 50% off MSRP. Hot tubs as low as $22.99. Take a dip year-round in a swim spa with payments from $224 a month. Plug-in power spas with high performance and no special wiring. All with factory warranty, 60 months, no interest financing with 0 money down. Bad credit, no problem. With 100% in-house financing, everyone's approved. Aqua Living's huge spring sale. Go to shophottubs.com.
Can Justin come out and play? Hey, what's up?
Shop with confidence at Academy. We'll beat any competitor's price by 5%.
That's the glove. Oh, nice.
Watch Fox 54 News at 9 and stream on Fox 54 Plus.
Special visit to the Shoals. The head of the Small Business Administration stopped by yesterday to what's now home to the new Hadrian facility in Cherokee. This site will help manufacture submarines, promising hundreds, if not more than 1,000 jobs. Acting Administrator Kelly Loeffler toured Factory 4 and met with Hadrian officials. She explains what she and the Trump administration believe is an economic boost to Northwest Alabama.
This is about rebuilding jobs in America, and that's exactly what's happening. Think about 1,000 jobs impacting a rural community. That's absolutely critical. The private sector has the incentives to do that now, to do it not just in this community, but in thousands across America. And it's everything from defense to let's say our pharmaceutical industry, which has moved overseas. We can reshore that now because they have the incentives.
Head of Small Business Administration Administrator Kelly Loeffler believes President Trump's tax cuts have allowed for opportunities like Hadrian to bring jobs back to the U.S.
What we're going to see is the compounding effect of that during President Trump's term, and the benefits of the incentives that this tax cut has provided is really going to shift our economy not only into growth mode, but modernization and prosperity for communities that had been hollowed out and left behind for decades.
Hadrian Vice President Mike Manazier says during the opening ceremony just last month, the Cherokee community could feel the impact of Factory 4 immediately.
We are creating hope in Northwest Alabama and Northeast Mississippi. There are people who commute long distances to get a meaningful job, and we can provide jobs here. We had people in the ribbon cutting standing in line hours before the doors opened here 3 weeks ago, and one of the comments to one of our key leaders here was, we can get a grocery store back again. So we can attract all of that kind of capabilities to stand up a new community again, give people hope, give people a future, give people a place for their kids. That's what this means, and it's shocking, to come down and actually we'll be thinking about building a factory out of, machines that'll give jobs to people, but the actual community impact is really impressive.
Hadrian officials add they expect Factory 4 to be fully operational in 24 months. For more on the impact the factory could bring to the region, you can read about it on fox54.com. Decatur filled with the sound of trumpets and saxophone as ACA Jazz Festival wraps up. Find out how this year's event is helping introduce a new generation to America's music.
Temperature is going to be getting close to record-breaking heading into the back half of next week. I'll have the details coming up in just a bit.
After a car wreck, things can get really tough. Let us help make that easier. We're your support guiding you through this nightmare. If you're in a car wreck, we're here to help. It's more us. It's personal.
When people ask why I'm running, it's simple. Defend Alabama. The radical left is pushing to destroy girls' sports, forcing girls to compete against boys and letting boys into their locker rooms. It's insane. Growing up, running track and playing sports gave me strength and confidence. It's what I want for my daughter and girls across Alabama. I'm Katherine Robertson. As your Attorney General, I will stand with President Trump, fight to protect our girls, and keep the sick trans agenda out of Alabama.
If you have a crack like this, well, you have a problem. Today I'm learning how a cracked wall might mean your foundation is sinking.
It always points towards the area where it's sinking. For example, this corner here, we're down almost a full inch of drop.
Right, so that's going down and that's causing the crack.
Correct. And then this door, they don't even use that door anymore. It cannot open.
Schedule a free inspection with AFS, a groundworks company. And tell them Mike sent you.
I'm Jerry Mashburn, owner of Your Home Window Company. I've been around a long time, and I've seen a lot of window and door companies come and go. You as a consumer know, buy two, get two free, free installation. The price is hidden in there somewhere. No gimmick, no game. We sell quality windows, doors, and screens. We install them, and we do it at a fair price. Call today or visit us online at yourhomewindow.com. You'll be glad you did.
Injuries don't wait for Monday, and neither should you. At Wedemark Keith, we are here to take your call 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. It's more to us. It's personal.
Aqua Living's huge spring sale. Massive discounts. Hot tubs and swim spas priced 40 to 50% off MSRP. Hot tubs as low as $22.99. Take a dip year-round in a swim spa with payments from $224 a month. Plug-in power spas with high performance and no special wiring. All with factory warranty, 60 months, no interest financing with zero money down. Bad credit, no problem. With 100% in-house financing, everyone's approved. Aqua Living's huge spring sale. Go to shophot.tubs.com.
The stories that move the Tennessee Valley. Watch Fox 54, weeknights at 5:30 and 9.
Welcome back. It's been a warm week here in the Tennessee Valley with beautiful weather as well, I have to add. Here's a look earlier today from Hazel Green with a great look at the sky. Just part of another beautiful day here in North Alabama. Let's bring in Fox 54 weather impacts meteorologist Emily Owen. Emily, will we see the sun keep shining over the next few days?
Yeah, we will. In fact, we'll end this weekend staying beautiful, and temperatures are going to continue to climb heading into the next couple of days as well. So if you've been enjoying the warm weather, well, it looks like it's here to stay. And in fact, it looks like it's here to stay beyond the 7-day forecast. So we're pretty quiet right now, mid-60s here in Huntsville, continuing to sit under a clear sky, and that's how we'll end your Saturday. Heading into the overnight, though, temperatures expecting to fall into the mid and upper 50s. And like I said, we'll continue to sit under a clear sky for the overnight tonight. Heading into tomorrow, that clear overnight sky going to turn into plenty of sunshine. We'll be warmed into the low 80s by lunchtime, making it to the mid 80s for high temperatures for tomorrow. Now, one thing we will have to watch for tomorrow is we've got a red flag warning that will go into effect right around 11 o'clock. Just because the air is so dry and because we could potentially see wind gusts up to about 20 miles per hour. So coming up later on in the show, I'll tell you when we can expect to see rain heading into the next 7 days, and I'll tell you just how warm it's expected to get. Valentina?
The Shoals is known globally as a powerhouse for music, but today a new chapter of that history was cemented at the Alabama Music Hall of Fame. The University of North Alabama officially unveiled a permanent exhibit celebrating 50 years of its entertainment industry program.
For decades, the David and John Briggs Family Department of Entertainment Industry has been a learning grounds for the people who make the music we love. And today, that legacy has found a permanent home. Behind me, the doors are officially open for a new exhibit that takes 50 years of classroom learning and turns it into a tribute to artistry and industry leadership. The new permanent exhibit isn't just a walk down memory lane. It's a deep dive into how a local university program helped shape the modern entertainment landscape. Visitors can explore archival photos from the program's 1975 debut, see songwriting and publishing awards won by alumni, and use interactive stations to hear directly from the artists and executives who lived it. It's a partnership that helps the Hall of Fame expand its educational impact while giving students hands-on experience in preservation and archival management.
When people think about the music of Alabama, and especially the music of the Shoals, they think about the songs that moved people, studios that shaped the sound, and artists and producers whose work reached far beyond this region. What we celebrate today is the fact that this remarkable musical legacy is not only something we honor from the past, it's something that we continue to build for the future.
UNA graduates have gone on to become chart-topping songwriters, studio owners, and major label executives. This timeline ensures their impact on the global industry remains an inspiration for the next generation. In Tuscumbia, Logan and Alexandra Russell, Fox 54 News.
If you'd like to see the history for yourself, the exhibit is now open to the public during the Alabama Music Hall of Fame's regular business hours. For Jazz Appreciation Month, downtown Decatur filled with trumpets, saxophones, and vocalists as the Alabama Center for the Arts annual Jazz Festival wrapped up today. Dr. Matt Letter, the ACA Jazz Festival producer, says the event took a full year to plan, with this year's theme, Trumpet Mafia, bringing together talent from across the country. Performers included students from high schools and colleges, alongside trumpet players from St. Louis, Nashville, Louisville, and New Orleans.
There's a lot of subgenres underneath the word of jazz, and this is America's music, and most America doesn't know what it is. They say smoky bars. We don't even have smoky bars anymore. So I think that there's something in jazz for everyone. And usually when they hear it, they're like, wait a minute, I think I actually like this. I didn't know exactly what it is. So we're trying to teach the community about this music.
The festival featured live music, food, and a finale concert, bringing the community together for a full day of jazz in the heart of the city. The Madison City Farmers Market is back for the 2026 season. The area's original producer-only market opened this morning at Trinity Baptist Church on Hughes Road, and it will welcome shoppers every Saturday from 8 a.m. to noon through September. Everything sold there is grown or made within 100 miles of the market, from fresh fruits and veggies, meats, honey, and baked goods to handmade soaps, candles, and wood crafts. The market has been connecting local farmers and shoppers in an open-air setting since 2007. We're a couple months away from the 2026 World Cup kicking off, and Atlanta will be one of the host cities. In honor of the big event, one local artist is transforming a bridge into an inspirational new landmark. The project was commissioned by the city, and in her own words, the artist describes how the message is bigger than sports.
Right now, we're getting ready for FIFA, the biggest opportunity of the year. This is the mayor's, this is a passion of his to make sure that we are beautifully prepared. I said, I'm just going to sketch it. So I put on a playlist, and it took about 3 hours. And so once we got it primed, then we started painting. We have over 100 soccer balls. They're all hand-painted. Did all those myself. These white lines is actually going to have a small green line in between it, and it's going to be representative of the Girl Scouts literally weave the world together. And if you look, when we go back down, there's a Girl Scout trefoil in the design, and then we have all 48 countries that are playing in FIFA throughout the entire design too. So if you look across, it goes through it so well, you can't tell, but those are all flags. I did this on faith, just trusting God. I just want people to be hopeful. Like, this just reminds me that when you're dreaming, you're just not dreaming big enough. And with the city being the perfect backdrop, it's like you're in a city of dreams, and it's unlimited.
And when the World Cup arrives this summer, you can find all the action right here on Fox 54. Another A-Day football game is in the books for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Mo Carter has highlights from Tuscaloosa coming up later in sports.
I'm Barry Moore, and I'm the garbage man you sent to D.C. to take out the trash. President Trump gave me his complete and total endorsement because he knows I'll help clean up the swamp. Illegals voting? Garbage. Boys and girls sports? Garbage. Woke Democrat policies? Garbage. Washington's a mess, but I'm ready to help President Trump keep taking out the trash. I'm Barry Moore, Trump Republican for U.S. Senate, and I approve this message. We may need a bigger truck.
We are the Dillos. We are from Northern Kentucky. Being out in a rural area, coverage is pretty hit and miss with other carriers, so switching to T-Mobile solved a lot of problems that we had.
I'm able to use T-Satellite now. We've got coverage no matter where we're at.
America's best network meets off-the-grid satellite coverage with T-Satellite. And now switch to T-Mobile and get free phones for $0 down. Plus 4 lines for only $25 per month per line.
Better service, better price, win-win.
This is Jack's Country, where folks love a comeback.
Guys, wings are back at Jack's.
Okay, Jack.
We are so back.
That's right. Jack's Classic Wings are back. Sink your teeth into 8 hand-breaded wings with your choice of honey barbecue, bold buffalo, or sweet and spicy. All served with fries and made from scratch ranch. So come on back to Jack's for classic wings, fries, and ranch any day of the week for just $8.99.
10 out of 10.
We're Jack's, and we're all about the South.
That's fire.
I'm Jerry Mashburn, owner of Your Home Window Company. I've been around a long time, and I've seen a lot of window and door companies come and go. You as a consumer know, buy 2, get 2 free, free installation, and the price is hidden in there somewhere. No gimmicks, no game. We sell quality windows, doors, and screens. We install them, and we do it at a fair price. Call today or visit us online at yourhomewindow.com. You'll be glad you did.
When you're injured, everything changes. Your routine, your income, and even your peace of mind. Suddenly, it's more than a legal issue. It actually hits home, and we understand that. That's why we don't hand you off, and we won't treat you like a case number. Because for you, this just isn't paperwork, It's your actual life. When we fight for you, it's just not legal work. It's more to us. It's personal.
Well, it's a nice night out there to end this Saturday across the Tennessee Valley, continuing to see quiet conditions. Temperatures sitting in the mid-60s here in Huntsville and under a clear sky. It's pretty much the case all across the Tennessee Valley. We're still pretty mild right now, 67 in Florence. We're sitting at 64 right now in Pulaski, 61 degrees down in Coleman. Fort Payne currently sitting in the low 60s. Low temperatures for the overnight tonight are going to be falling into, it looks like, the upper 50s for the most part. Mid 50s expected tonight in Athens, here in Huntsville as well. Upper 50s in Florence and in Russellville will sit right around 54 degrees over in Scottsboro for the overnight. Now heading into tomorrow, temperature is going to warm pretty quickly. We'll make it into the low 80s by noon tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine, and it looks like high temperature is going to be warming into the mid 80s for much of us across the Tennessee Valley. Some of us could reach the upper 80s. One thing we are going to have to watch for tomorrow, though, is we have been upgraded from a fire weather watch to a red flag warning. And this is for the entire Tennessee Valley. This will begin right around 11 tomorrow morning until about 7 tomorrow evening. And this is due to the fact that we could potentially see wind gusts up to around 20 miles per hour. And because we have such dry conditions, not only will our air be dry, but we are seeing ongoing drought conditions. So even the smallest spark could cause a big issue heading into tomorrow. That's what we'll have to watch. Now, warm temperatures are going to be continuing heading into the next 7 days. Like I said, mid 80s for tomorrow. And by the middle of next week, we'll be reaching the upper 80s. And notice by Friday, some of us could easily make it to 90 for the afternoon. That's way above average for this time of the year. And it looks like the warm temperatures are going to be here to stay past the 7-day forecast. So we do have above average temperatures expected heading into about April 17th. So maybe you're wondering if we're looking at record-breaking temperatures heading into Wednesday of next week. We could get really close to it. And then Friday, we could get close to it again as well. Not expecting it to happen Thursday of next week, but the forecasted high for Friday next week, right around 88. Looks like the record is right around 90. So rain chances for the next couple of days. We don't have any in the forecast until we get to about Thursday of next week. We've got about a 20% chance for a little bit of rain. Changes to 10 heading into Friday. And then we're back up to 20 on this time next week. So some of us could even see the next 7 days as a dry stretch of weather because the rain chances are so low. So here's one last look at your 7-day forecast. Mid 80s for tomorrow. Mostly sunshine turns to mostly cloudy sky heading into Monday. Temperature is going to warm on up there. We'll be in the upper 80s by the middle of next week. Partly cloudy sky. A little bit of rain introduces itself into the forecast about next Thursday. And it looks like we'll stay warm heading into about this time next week. A little bit of rain going to remain in the forecast as well. All right, here's Mo with sports.
All right, Emily, spring football wrapping up today for the Alabama A&M Bulldogs. I've got your highlights from Lewis Crews Stadium after the break.
Aqua Living's huge spring sale. Massive discounts. Hot tubs and swim spas priced 40 to 50% off MSRP. Hot tubs as low as $22.99. Take a dip year-round in a swim spa with payments from $224 a month. Plug-in power spas with high performance and no special wiring. All with factory warranty, 60 months, no interest financing with zero money down. Bad credit, no problem. With 100% in-house financing, everyone's approved. Aqua Living's huge spring sale. Go to shophot-tubs.com.
Alabama's Barry Moore, Trump-endorsed America First. Barry led the charge for MAGA in Congress, fighting to build President Trump's wall, deport criminal illegals, and cut off benefits to illegal aliens, putting America first to take our country back. That's why Trump endorsed Barry Moore for Senate, because Trump knows Barry Moore will keep illegals out and keep Alabama safe. Trump-endorsed America First. That's Barry Moore. Alabama Freedom Fund is responsible for the content of this ad.
We don't want to see homeowners falling through their floors.
Certainly not.
So as the symptom goes, moisture, mildew, mold, any of that stuff.
That's bad. Wood doesn't like water. Every house that is on a crawl space needs an encapsulation.
It's so important, man. If this doesn't get done, Like, what happens to polite society now?
When your flooring's in jeopardy, ain't nobody safe.
Get a free inspection from a certified expert at AFS, a groundworks company.
You don't know when an accident's coming.
There's no schedule.
No planning. It just happens. Zero warning. But you can control who you call for help.
The Lackey Law Firm.
When you phone us, you're not ringing some call center somewhere, not out of town or even out of state.
You're calling our office.
Where you're never just a number, you're part of our family.
The Lackey Law Firm. The Lackey Law Family. 1-800-4RIGHTS.
And if you can't come to us, we'll come to you.
Password 1234.
Incorrect password.
Technology, am I right?
We need a new tech lead.
This is the job for Sponsored Jobs. Sponsor your job on Indeed and get matched with quality candidates when you need them most. Visit Indeed.com/hire now.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, there's a lot to love. The biggest stars and inspiring stories. Weekdays at 4 on Fox 54.
I'm Mo Carter, sports director at Fox 54. I don't just report about our community, I belong to it. And at Fox 54, we're here for all of it. These are the stories that move the Tennessee Valley. And good evening, everyone. Spring football practice is wrapping up today for a pair of our Division I programs around the way. One of them was Alabama A&M. Sam Shade and the Bulldogs culminating spring ball today with the annual Maroon and White spring game. The Maroon defense, they were spotted 17 points early on, and they added to their lead on the first possession. Eric Hanley's pass is tipped and intercepted by Keon Hanley Jr., no relation, near midfield. Now, eventually, the offense did get going for the White team. Hanley is going to fire a laser across the middle, and it's going to be caught by West Virginia transfer Jarrell Williams for the first touchdown of the day. More from the White team offense is going to be Penn State transfer Beckham Kritzel, who you see right here. Throwing the fade route towards the end zone, he finds a wide open Jordan Chambers-Smith for the first of his 2 touchdowns on the day. And, of course, the White team now building some momentum. Let's go to the second half. White team threatening. They'll hand the ball off to Colton Nero, and he's going to find a gap and make his way into the end zone for a touchdown. The spring game actually ended in a 28-28 tie between the Maroon and the White. After the game, head coach Sam Shade said he was impressed with the play of both the defense and offense in this one.
You know, it's been back and forth during spring ball. It really has. Some days defense has been up, some days offense has been up, and that's kind of how the game went. It actually went that way. Defense started pretty strong, but offense got it going. So, you know, that's expected when you got guys competing and, you know, you got guys going at it. You're going to have some up and down. But, you know, like I told the team.
All right, so with that, spring ball is officially over. The Bulldogs shift their attention to their season opener, which is the MEAC SWAC Challenge against Howard. Kickoff in Atlanta is set for 6:30 p.m. at Center Park Stadium. Let's take a sports media timeout. When we come back, just not the Bulldogs suiting up for their annual scrimmage. 8A happening down in T-Town. Highlights from Bryant-Denny Stadium are next.
Who's at fault for a trucking accident? The driver, the company, the cargo loaders. The more parties involved, the more complex the case. We know where to look, who to hold accountable, and how to get results.
When people ask why I'm running, it's simple. Defend Alabama. The radical left is pushing to destroy girls' sports, forcing girls to compete against boys and letting boys into their locker rooms. It's insane. Growing up, running track and playing sports gave me strength and confidence. It's what I want for my daughter and girls across Alabama. I'm Katherine Robertson. As your Attorney General, I will stand with President Trump, fight to protect our girls, and keep the sick trans agenda out of Alabama.
I'm Wes Allen, and I'm proud of my conservative record, even if it makes liberals mad. I upset the left when I passed the bill to ban sex change procedures on Alabama's children. They got really mad when I banned curbside voting and helped put their absentee ballot harvesting buddies in jail. They lost their minds when I removed non-citizens from Alabama voter rolls because only Americans should vote in our elections. I'm Wes Allen, and I'm the last person liberals want as your lieutenant governor because I'll never stop fighting for Alabama values.
Another day, same pain, same meds, same struggling for symptom relief. Injections like Humira and Enbrel work similarly to treat moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis or psoriatic arthritis. But if your symptoms haven't improved enough, Rinvoq works differently. It's a once-daily pill that can rapidly relieve RA and PSA joint pain, stiffness, and swelling, as fast as 2 weeks for some. Even after 3 years, many people felt this relief. In PSA, Rinvoq can leave skin noticeably clearer.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal, cancers including lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events, infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant, or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Do something different. Ask your doctor if switching to Rinvoq is right for you.
Injuries don't wait for Monday, and neither should you. At Wedemark Keith, we are here to take your call 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. It's more to us. It's personal.
And welcome back, everyone. The spring is winding down for the Alabama Crimson Tide. A few practices to go in the week ahead, but today's A-Day game bringing the fans inside of Bryant-Denny Stadium. So let's take you down to T-Town to Saban Field. Offense in crimson, defense in white. No scores or stats, so we're just going to show you some of the best plays. Second drive, redshirt freshman Keelan Russell in at QB. Step back, roll to the right. The cross-body throw is complete to wide receiver Zadarian Morgan, taken down in the red zone, but that's a first down. A few plays later, they're on the doorstep. It's Russell rolling to the right, looking. Eventually zips it inside to Marshall Pritchett, his tight end. That's a touchdown for the Tide, and that would be the first score of the day. On the next drive, it'll be Russell once again in at QB. He's going to step back. He's going to find Rico Scott, and he catches it in space, and he's got a lot of transition as he bounces off a defender, and he's able to push the ball down the field. That's a Tide first down. Later on, it'll be Russell once again showing off his throwing skills and running skills. The crossbody again, this time to Lotsa Brooks at the goal line, and he's in for a score. Back-to-back TD drives for the Tide, led by Mr. Russell. Now it's time for Mr. Austin Mack. Watch as he steps back, lets it fly into the back of the end zone. Rico Scott right there with the tiptoe magic catch in the back of the end zone, and he adds to whatever the score is, everyone. Fourth down now, Russell in the red zone. The play action pass to Derek Meadows, and he's going to get in off the spin for a score. Now, we did hear from head coach Kalen DeBoer after the scrimmage wrapped up. He spoke about how his offense has improved throughout this spring.
Both sides kind of trying to get back to the basics. At the end, I guess feel both sides trying to get to some of those red zone concepts that we haven't practiced as much. And then also you saw a couple maybe receivers not getting lined up with a lot of confidence. And now the quarterback's double check. And that's the stuff we got to work on next week again with getting to just clean all the time, to where there's not a question whether someone knows their responsibility. So again, that goes along with the installs. Red zone is a part where you gotta be clean if you're not on the same page.
All right, the Crimson Tide will kick things off at home during week 1 of the 2026 season when they play host to East Carolina. No kickoff time has been set yet. I'll let you know when they do set that. Now, after getting their first win of the series on Friday, the Rock City Trash Pandas dropping another one to Knoxville. Final score 4-3. The series finale is now set for Sunday at noon. And on a final note, the Huntsville Havoc season coming to an end this evening. They fell to the Knoxville Ice Bears by a final of 4-2. Knoxville wins the series 2-0. That'll do it for sports. Stay tuned. We'll have more news after the break.
You don't know when an accident's coming, but you can know who to call for help.
The Lackey Law Firm.
You're not ringing some call center somewhere.
You're calling our office.
Where you're never just a number, you're part of our family.
The Lackey Law Firm.
If you have to ask why it's important to start your day early, here's your answer.
Set your alarm for 2 of your breakfast favorites, like sausage gravy biscuit for just $5.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Dupixent continuously works to help prevent asthma attacks. So girls' days are better. Game days are better. Even Mondays are better. Dupixent's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. It's not for sudden breathing problems. Some people felt their asthma symptoms improve in as little as 3 days. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away if signs of inflamed blood vessels like rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, brown or dark colored urine, tingling or numbness in limbs. Tell your doctor of new or worsening skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Do more with less asthma. Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic in asthma. Also approved as an add-on treatment for adults with COPD that is not well controlled, and with a specific marker of inflammation.
This is Jack's Country, where folks love a comeback.
Guys, wings are back at Jack's.
Okay, Jack.
We are so back.
That's right, Jack's Classic Wings are back. Sink your teeth into 8 hand-breaded wings with your choice of honey barbecue, bold buffalo, or sweet and spicy. All served with fries and made from scratch ranch. So come on back to Jack's for classic wings, fries, and ranch any day of the week for just $8.99.
10 out of 10.
We're Jack's, and we're all about the South.
That's fire.
Oh, it's an auto worm bite, turns out.
Giant.
Oh, giant.
It's a giant, so.
Oh, it's a giant! Oh, it's a giant! It's a giant!
Ever been in a big box store? Bigger doesn't mean better.
The Lackey Law Firm's not the biggest, and we don't want to be.
Big enough to get the job done, small enough to treat you like family.
The Lackey Law Firm, 1-800-4RIGHTS.
In Pennsylvania, police responded to an unusual call when an Uber driver reported that one of their passengers left a ball python in the car. The Uber driver says the 2 passengers were coming from a nearby reptile show, and somewhere along the ride they spilled the contents of their bag, letting the snake loose. Police were able to safely get the python back to its owner. Holy moly.
How do you lose a snake?
I imagine it's pretty heavy, that you'd feel it like slither out.
That's what I was thinking. They would have probably picked that box up and noticed that it was a lot lighter.
Yeah, you know, it sounds like some irresponsible individuals who did not know where their possessions were.
Snake handlers. Snakes actually don't stress me out. They don't freak me out.
Really?
I'm more scared of cockroaches.
I think actually me too. I think me too.
I'm literally like pushing 30, and if there's a spider in the house or something, like somebody else has to kill it. I cannot touch it.
Yeah, and I like ladybugs, I like butterflies.
I've killed a snake before, I will say.
Okay.
So if I have to, I will.
Okay, I know who to call.
Let's get one photo check on our 7-day forecast. It's going to be a warm one out there. Remember, we've got that red flag warning in effect for tomorrow as well. And it looks like the next chance of rain will be coming next Thursday. So we've got a very warm and dry weather pattern ahead of us for the next couple of days.
Thank you so much for sticking with us. We hope you have a great night, and we will see you on the flip side.